The towering glass skyscraper, overlooking downtown Seattle, cast a cold, immaculate shadow over Victoria Vance, a billionaire whose empire was built on ruthless perfection. Yet, her billion-dollar boardroom felt entirely hollow the moment her phone buzzed with a notification from her 7-year-old daughter, Clara's private school field trip to the Puget Sound Maritime Museum. Before we dive deeper into this emotional journey, if you believe in kindness, hope, forgiveness, compassion, and second chances, please take a moment to hit that like button. Leave a comment sharing your thoughts. Share this video with someone who needs encouragement and subscribe to the channel so you never miss an inspiring story. Victoria had spent her entire life scaling walls of wealth to escape the bruising poverty of her youth, sacrificing warmth for control and outsourcing motherhood to elite nannies, until an unexpected museum security breach report forced her to rush down to the waterfront herself. When she arrived at the historic docks, expecting chaos, she instead froze in absolute disbelief as she watched her usually guarded, timid daughter Clara sprinting across the wooden pier with unbridled laughter, hurling herself directly into the arms of a rugged, unassuming single dad wearing a faded canvas jacket and working as a volunteer boat restorer. The man caught Clara with practiced, effortless grace, swinging her around in a circle before setting her down safely, his weathered face breaking into a gentle, reassuring smile that seemed to dissolve months of anxiety off the little girl's shoulders. As Victoria stepped closer, her breath caught in her throat because she recognized those steady, calloused hands, the unmistakable posture of quiet hyper-awareness, and the piercing, calm blue eyes anywhere belonging to Nathan, a decorated former Navy SEAL who had vanished from her life 12 agonizing years ago following a classified mission in the Horn of Africa that had shattered their young romance before it could fully bloom. Nathan had chosen to walk away back then to protect her from the dangerous shadows of his covert military career, fading into civilian obscurity while carrying physical and emotional scars from explosions that had ended his service, quietly rebuilding his life in the Pacific Northwest as a humble craftsman fixing old wooden hulls. Victoria stood paralyzed as she watched Nathan gently tie Clara's shoelace with the exact same meticulous care he used to wrap tactical gear, realizing in that single heartbeat that the man her daughter had instinctively gravitated toward was the very ghost she had spent a decade trying to forget. The billionaire facade she wore like armor began to fracture, and as Nathan looked up and locked eyes with her across the bustling harbor, the heavy silence between them echoed with years of unspoken sacrifices, missed heartbeats, and a love that time had buried beneath layers of duty. Nathan stood up slowly, keeping a protective hand on Clara's shoulder, and instead of walking away, he offered Victoria a soft, melancholic nod that invited a fragile bridge across the chasm of their past. Clara looked back and forth between the two adults with wide, innocent eyes, completely unaware of the tectonic history colliding right before her, and tugged on Nathan's jacket while pointing at Victoria, asking if the nice lady could stay and help them paint the rescue boat. Victoria felt a hot tear escape down her cheek, a rare breach of her icy executive composure, and as she took off her designer heels to walk barefoot onto the splintered wooden planks of the dock, she knew her carefully curated world was changing forever. Spending the afternoon sanding cedar planks and listening to Nathan laugh with Clara without any pretense or corporate ambition stripped away Victoria's armor, revealing a man who had traded military medals for the quiet heroism of raising a kind, grounded son named Caleb, whom Nathan brought over from the neighboring boat stall to introduce to Clara. Watching Nathan interact with both children with such infinite patience, deep resilience, and unshakable grace, Victoria realized that true wealth was never measured in bank accounts or stock options, but in moments of genuine human connection, shared laughter, and the healing power of forgiveness. Fi. If this story touched your heart and reminded you of the beauty of unexpected reunions and second chances, please take a moment right now to like this video, share it with your friends and family, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Before you scroll away, please leave a comment telling us about a time an unexpected encounter changed the course of your life for the better, because your stories truly inspire this community. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, painting the Seattle skyline in brilliant shades of amber and violet, Nathan walked Victoria and Clara back to the executive car, gently holding the door open while whispering that some storms are only meant to clear the path for a much brighter sunrise. Victoria looked down at Clara, who was fast asleep in the back seat with a smile on her face, and then looked back up at Nathan, feeling a profound sense of peace wash over her soul as she realized that her billionaire empire finally had something worth building a real future around.